Saram to all of you. I've been asked to speak about my journey with Swami, and I belong to a family which was luckily a Swami's devotee from a long time. So it started with my grandfather, who was the first devotee in our family, and then my father, and I was born in a Swami's devotees family. So I was fortunate enough to be introduced to Bhagwan the moment I was born, and I've been seeing him all along my life. And it's also a funny side that we had so many photos of Swami in our house in the early 90s when people were not aware. Some of my friends used to come and they used to look at the photo and say, "Is he your father?" Because they had never met my father and they see all around the same photos being hanged on all the walls. So, because father used to be on job outside, he used to be roaming most of the time. So, many of my friends never met him for a long time. So, that was a common question almost every time any of my friends used to come home. And I used to feel happy to see that okay, I feel connected to Swami like that. So, and because being in such a family, I always wanted to be Swami's student. And it was in, I think so, 99 or 98 that I first came to Puttaparthi physically. And I came as a pre-Sevadal and did Seva in South Indian Canteen. And I liked it so much that in 2000, I would have been around 10 years old at that time. And I came to Puttaparthi alone in the state Seva. So my parents were not able to come, neither my grandmother. And I said, I don't know how, but I want to go. So along with all the Sevadals from the Meerut, from that's where I belong, actually born in. And I just came along with them. And everybody was shocked to see that a kid, a 10 years old kid, has come alone to Puttaparthi, that too for 15 days, 15 to 20 days. The whole journey, including journey, it's almost 20 days. So that was my first experience. I came to Puttaparthi alone, served Swami, did Seva, and Swami gave a lot of darshans during that time. And used to be roaming around in the Puttaparthi. Every day, mid of the darshans used to come out, and I'll be running around in the next to the Swami's car. Or so he gave a lot of opportunities to have a darshan there, and that basically also seeing the students around him, that curiosity of becoming a student increased a lot. And I requested my parents that I don't know how, but I don't know, I want to become Swami student. I wanted to study in that primary school at that time. I was that age. So they came and we tried a lot, but it didn't happen. Swami didn't wish it that time. We even met the principal warden, and I remember in 11th class, when we came and met the principal of school, he said, it's not possible this year, but let's try next time in the college. And I was almost disheartened because it's already 5-6 years being trying to be a student. And I said, I think so Swami doesn't want me to be. I don't have that much good fortune, and I gave it up almost. And then when the college application started, I did fill it up because every year I was doing the same thing. So I did fill it up, but I had a very hopes were very less. But finally, it turned out, and Swami did select me for that in the BSc course in university, and that was 2008. And it was obviously the wonderful experience when you see your name on the final list. And especially, I was new to all that system, so I was sitting near Ganesh Gate, and one of the, I think so, he was a staff or a student, I'm not very sure. He came and he said, see, that final list which has gone on the main notice board has been seen and ticked by Swami. So he said that, and Swami used to do that every time, that Swami personally went through each and every name and ticked all the names, whether they are selected or not. And he showed me that list going, that they're taking that list and putting it on the notice board and find my name on that. It felt really honored. So 2008 was the time when I joined in BSc honors, and that too, I got a Brindavan campus, but as long as it's the same university, it doesn't matter whether you study in Brindavan or Puttaparthi. But I had that slight feeling in my heart that why you did not keep me in the Puttaparthi campus, closer to you. You have put me in Brindavan. That's okay. And what did Swami do? A day before our joining, he came to Brindavan, which was unexpected, not the routine or scheduled visits of his. Suddenly, he decided that before the boys join in Brindavan campus, I will go and I will welcome them. That was the words of Swami, which we came to know through Warden and all the teachers, that Swami said, I want to come and welcome the kids. And we came to know all that. We joined. Swami welcomed all of us literally. And even Namdeval, I'm not sure if he remembers. Yeah, he was in the second year at that time. And Swami, one of the sessions, Swami says, to welcome the boys, I will arrange a lunch. And that was almost, I think, so after 20, 30 years that Swami was arranging a lunch for the boys. And we had a separate lunch session in Ramesh Hall where he came. He sat with all of us. He had lunch. He went around each and every table and saw who had how much, whether they want more or less. So that experience was there. And then the Trey session, which was very famous, was not happening from last 2, 3 years. And Swami was so welcoming at that time. I think so. It was after the lunch session. It was 2 or 3 more days, and we were requesting every day that Swami, please give us a Trey session. Swami agrees to it, and apart from agreeing, he sends a message that I want all the new joinees to come and sit in front. So he called all the new joinees to be entered first in the the Trey Brindavan, and then the senior boys will come. So that was a welcome we all got when we joined the Brindavan campus, and it was wonderful that 1 week or 10 days Swami stayed in Brindavan with us. It was an amazing experience we had. And after all that experience, Swami leaves, he goes to Puttaparthi, and I still remember all of us running around and crying for Swami that please don't leave. But it's his will, the way he has planned. He goes to Puttaparthi, and we realize that it's every festival something we happen to go to Puttaparthi. He calls us there. And so what happened? The first visit, I think so it was first or second visit, we were going to Puttaparthi, and we had prepared a card. It was Durga Puja, yes. So it was Durga Puja. We had prepared a Durga card. It was a blue color card with Durga's statue in front. We had painted it out, and inside was a message. And I was carrying that card, and I was supposed to give it to Swami. So one of the staff, he works in super specialty in Puttaparthi. When he saw me taking that card inside Kulwant, he stops me and asks, why do you make the card for Swami? And I'm being a fresher, it's only few months I've been here. I was like, because every festival we want to wish Swami happy, whatever the festival it is, and we want to take his blessings. But he said, see, don't you think when you make a card, it's for the person for whom you have made. But what you generally do is, all the people, you get the card blessed by Swami and keep it in your hostel. So general practice is that we used to take card, Swami used to see the card, bless the card, and that card comes back to the hostel and it will be kept in the display. So the moment he said that, it did strike me that he's right. A card is supposed to be given, not to be taken back. But I didn't know what to do because it's just the first few months I've been into the system, and I was not aware how to do that, how to give card to Swami. So I was just thinking that Swami is right. And I don't know what is right in your point of view or how it has to be done. But I do think that card is something which has to be given, and you should take it. So I prayed there and forget it. I was sitting in the darshan line. So the card boys or the birthday boys used to get a separate section where I was sitting with that card. And that day, Swami didn't bless anyone on the way. He goes to the portico. He sits there, and then he started calling one by one. So when that used to happen, it used to go for a long time because everybody will get a chance and they'll go to Swami one by one, get the blessings and come back. So all the birthday boys, card blessing, all sort of blessings people, they'll be sitting. So one by one they were going. Now it was my chance. I was sitting there near the pillar and I was looking at Swami. The next day I was supposed to go, and I was almost blank, like everyone else. When you're in front of Swami, you really don't remember for what you came. So I was blank. I was just staring at Swami. The person in front took the blessings and went away, and I was stuck. I was almost statue. I was not moving. So Swami indicated again, and I didn't realize somebody from back pushed me, and then I realized, oh, I have to move. I went up. I went to Swami. I opened the card, showed the card to him, and generally what he does, he sees the card, closes the card, and bless it. He saw the whole card. He read everything which was there inside. He closed the card, and he literally pulled the card from my hand and gave it to the person sitting next to him. And now I was blank. Generally, you are taught that, okay, Swami will do this, Swami will bless like this, you take Pad Namaskar, you come back. And now I'm in a state where the card has been taken back, by Swami, and I don't know whether to wait for him to see that card and give it back or to go. So Swami sees that card for a few more minutes and give it to the person sitting next to him on chair, and then he starts looking at the letters. And I'm still standing on that portico, staring at Swami's face and not knowing what to do. After a few minutes, I realized that, oh, so what I had prayed or what that person has actually told, Swami has looked into it, and Swami has heard all that and taken that card. So that was my first experience where the omnipresence of Swami was actually shown to me. And I came out of that shock and I asked Swami, Pad Namaskar. I take Pad Namaskar. I come back. And the same person who had actually told me in the starting, why don't you give the card? He comes to me and says, finally, you have given the card. I said, no, I didn't give the card. I didn't tell Swami to take the card. Swami pulled it from my hand and gave it to the person sitting next to him. And next day when we came for darshan, I was told that Swami took that card inside Yajur Mandir and put it on the display next to, I think, your dining table somewhere. And that card was on that display for a long time. So that was the first experience as a student and as a physical experience of Swami which I had. Then the time came that our vacations, it was the winter vacations was cancelled for some reason. And we were in Puttaparthi, so we got a chance to go home in the summer vacations. So summer vacation is a long vacation and I booked a ticket. While coming back, I had different plans. I was supposed to come back a little early. So I didn't book my ticket while coming back. With the group, I thought I'll book it separately according to the plan, however it goes when I have to come. So when the time came, I started looking for trains and there's nothing available. Finally, I got a ticket in a train called Congo Express, which I had never heard of. Nobody in my family had heard of. And we had no idea how this train runs. And we came to know it has a very less number of stops and it goes from Delhi to Coimbatore. So anyway, we have to go to Puttaparthi. This train stops at Whitefield. So I joined the train on the day. My mother gives me a lot of food and water to have it. And I was like, no, I don't need it. Anyway, pantry is there. I'll buy it from the pantry and eat it. And she was like, no, at least keep the water. So she gave me 2 water bottles, big water bottles, and some food to eat. First day, went away. I had the top seat. I was on the upper berth. I had the food, slept happily. Next day morning, I got up. I was feeling a little hungry in the evening, lunchtime. So I saw a person coming with a packet of biryanis. So he offered me and I took one biryani from him. Ate that biryani. It was very spicy. So because it was very spicy, I started looking for the water. But the water was over. I didn't have any water left in my water bottle. So for a few minutes, I waited for some pantry guy to come and I buy the water. Nobody came. Then I thought I'll get down and go to pantry and get the water. But train was very crowded. So I got down, came to the lower berth, and I came to know that there is no pantry in this train. So I was like, such a long train. They said, yes, this train doesn't have pantry. I said, okay, when is the next stoppage? Because anyway, railway station, I'll get some water. And they said, next stoppage is after 8 hours. You're not going to get anything for the next 8 hours. And I asked for water. I said, everyone is waiting for water. Nobody has it. So the whole train was, at least those 6 berths which were there next to me, none of them had water. And they were waiting for the next station to come so that they can fill up their water bottles. At that moment, you had that spicy food and I was literally burning inside. So I just closed my eyes and prayed to Swami. I said, Swami, see, I have left my parents and I'm coming to you. And you say that if you come to me, I'll take care of everything of yours. So I said, see, now I don't know how, but I'm dying with thirst here. I'm having a lot of spicy food and I just want water. I'm very thirsty. I want water. You do something. So I prayed my eyes. I said, now it's over to you. I can't do anything. Now you take care of me. So I just prayed that. I opened my eyes. I see a person with a carton box. He comes from the other corner of the coach, comes straight to me, just next to my berth. And I see 2 water bottles kept inside his carton box. So seeing that, I asked him, can you give me 1 water bottle? He gave me 1 water bottle and he left. And the strange thing was, he didn't, generally when the people come, they announce chai, pani, anything, something. He didn't announce anything. He just came straight to me. He showed me the carton box. He gave me 1 water bottle and he left. I was very thirsty. I just drank that whole water bottle in one shot. And after drinking that, when it got over, I thought, let me buy the second one also if it is still available. I turned back and it was very crowded. So I couldn't see him where he is. Neither there's any space for me to get down and search for him. So I was like, no issues. I thanked Swami. Swami, thank you so much. At least you gave me one water bottle. My thirst is now okay. Whatever, when the next station comes or something, I'll fill the water bottle. So with those thoughts, I just took the water, that bottle, I was looking at it. And there's something strange. That water bottle doesn't look like, the label doesn't look like the normal labels which you generally get. So I turned around. There was no manufacturing date, no manufacturing plant mentioned, nothing. All the things you have written on the label, nothing was there. Only the name was there, and the name was Sai the Life Savior. And that was a shock to me when I saw that name. There's a Himalaya. I still remember there's a light blue color sticker. A Himalayan picture was there, and top of that, in a semicircle form, it was written Sai the Life Savior. And behind that, there is no manufacturing, nothing was there. Only one small logo was there, and that logo was of our Central Trust logo, which was there at that time in 2008, 2009. This is 2009, and I was almost in tears, and I thanked Swami. Swami, thank you so much. And I came to Puttaparthi, and somehow that bottle didn't. Means most of the people do ask me that where is that bottle? You must have kept it safe. But that water bottle, I have no idea where it disappeared. Once I landed in Puttaparthi, I couldn't find it. So that was an experience where he literally came and helped me out in that particular situation. And then the story goes on. Almost Swami did take care of every visit, every darshan. When you used to come to Puttaparthi, I had that chance to at least touch him or talk to him. He made sure that I get one session every 6 months to charge me up again. And that goes on. And then in 2010, I decided that I won't go back to my home this time. I'll stay with Swami for some days, maybe half the vacation, and then I'll go back. So it is April almost. So April 2011, I was in Puttaparthi. And during those vacation time, there are very less number of students staying back. So Kulwant Hall used to be generally empty. Very few people will be there. So every day used to come interact with all the students who are there. There are very few of them. You can count on fingers that many. So every day used to get something blessed, some letter. Every day used to take letters. Whatever you want, you can get it done in those vacation time. It was like that. So whatever you want to discuss also, you can just get up and talk to Swami, and most of the time he used to interact with you. So one day I just come to know that my father was not well. So he had slip disc issues long back, which was again troubling him. So one day I thought, okay, no problem. I told my father, it's okay. Anyway, Swami is interacting every day. I'll tell him. So today darshan, I'll tell Swami. So I was sitting on the cornermost spot on third block. That the moment Swami comes, I'll be the first one, and I'll tell Swami. So I was sitting there. Swami comes. The moment Swami come closer to me, I stand on my knees, and he looks at me. And I said, Swami, Papa is not well. The moment I uttered that word Papa also, he just turned his head 90 degrees, stared in my eyes, and went away. I had no idea what has happened. He was that look was full of anger. I was confused. What have I done? So I just sat down. I have no idea what was going on. I sat there for the whole darshan. Swami didn't look at me. He neither spoke to me about anything in that. And he went away. So after darshan got over, I did go to the PCO office. I called up my father. So I was happy that, okay, at least Swami looked at me. Whether he was angry or something, he comes to know. The message has been transferred. He will take care of it. So the moment I call up my father, he told me that I just fell down. So he went to the washroom. He slipped. He fell on a tap, which hit his back so hard that the tap broke. But the shocking part was he was able to get up, walk, go to the bedroom, sit down there. There's no pain in his back, not even a single scratch on his back. And I asked him, what time did it happen? And the timing of my father falling down and me telling Swami about his illness was exactly same. And then I tell him that, okay, this was the time when I actually conveyed to Swami that you are not well. And he actually looked into my eyes and stared deep into me, which at that point I had no idea what was happening. And this is what how Swami saved him, probably because the fall which he had would have made him on a bed rest for almost 6 months to a year. And like that, we had a lot of experiences with Swami. These were the one where I did feel that when you are with him, he does take care of everything in your life. And when a smallest thing to whatever is happening in life, he does take care of it. And these are in means even throughout my life since joining, even after passing out, I do feel that every time he is always there to help us out in all the instances. He gave me an opportunity to be a state youth coordinator for Punjab, and I don't know how much I could have done, or whether he's very satisfied or not with whatever I could do in the short term I had there. But even during that period, I did feel that he creates an opportunity, he brings it to you, and he does that all that work through you as well. And a lot of experiences, a lot of instances where you do feel that it's impossible for you to do it. At no cost, you could have done that particular task. And so, one more instance, I'll just share that. It was in my second year, and in undergraduate, what used to happen is third year, you have to choose your major. And to choose your major, most of us wanted to ask Swami, which subject should I take? So I was trying since second year starting, Swami, which subject to take. And every time he will ask me to come and speak. But the moment I'll reach closer to him, he'll walk away. So I was not sure what is happening. It was almost second year got over. Second year first half got over. He didn't tell me. He didn't speak to me much. In the second half, when the results came, it was, I think so, yeah, first semester results came, and it happened first time in my life that I failed in a subject. It was maths, which was my most strong subject, and when in the third semester I failed in that. And a lot of people did fail in that third semester RA, but it was shocking to me because I never experienced this particular the failing in any subject. It was very horrible for me at that time, at least. And I was crying for a lot of time, and I was like, Swami, why did you do this? Why did I fail in this subject? But then time passed, I gave the second exam, it cleared it up. But what happened strange was, it was last visit to Puttaparthi in the second semester. After that, fourth semester it is. And after that, we have to tell our majors which one to take. And there's a last opportunity for you to ask Swami. If he speaks, it's okay. If he doesn't tell you, you have to choose something. So the whole Puttaparthi trip was getting over. It was last day. Last day, morning darshan got over. Swami didn't come, I think so, that time. And it was only evening darshan left. And I was doing a Ganesha Parikrama, praying that please come and tell me which subject should I choose. And just before the evening darshan, around 2 o'clock, I come from there, and I still remember it was Narari sir. He comes to me and says, Osho, today is your chance to give Aarti. So it's to get the Aarti chance to Swami. And I was like, what have I done? Means why am I getting the Aarti chance at this? There generally used to be some criteria for selecting. I'm not neither a third year person. Generally, they give it to the third year guys. And there he says that we decided we'll give Aarti chances to all those who have failed in any one subject also. And that was the point. I was like, Swami, it's okay. You wanted to give me chance, but you could have chosen some other method to do it. And I knew what has happened. So I was very happy. I went to the dormitory, got ready, and came for the Aarti chance. So evening darshan, Swami generally sits on the left side of the portico, and you do Aarti from right, sit there, and Swami will pass through that side, ladies' side, and he'll speak to you. That's a general procedure which used to happen. That day, Swami chose to sit on the right side. So Swami sat on the ladies' side of the portico, and so I was told that you won't go this side, You go to the left side, do the Aarti from the left side, and sit there itself. And I was like, no, I can't sit there. If I sit there, Swami will go off from the side itself, and I will not get chance to speak to Swami. And now I'm so close to him, I don't want to miss this chance. And the person sitting next to me was like, sorry, we cannot permit. You have to sit on the left side only. But sometimes Swami does come from the left side as well and takes a round and goes. So if Swami wanted to talk to you, he'll come from this side. Deep inside, I knew the chances of Swami coming left side and going round is very rare. If I sit on the left side, I'm not going to get a chance to talk to Swami. That was very clear in my mind. I wanted to be on the right side somehow. So when the Aarti time came, I took the Aarti, went to the left side, did the complete Aarti. While doing Aarti, I was just looking at the places from where I can escape and sit on the right side. So I'm doing Swami's Aarti, but I'm looking at all around where all spaces are there from where I can move in. So Aarti got over. By the time I identified a spot, I kept the Aarti down. And where the Swami sits, behind Swami, there used to be one person sitting. And between Swami's chair and between that person, generally there is a very less space. But that day somehow there was enough space, almost a 1 feet or 1.5 feet space was there. And I recognized that this is the enough path for me to walk in. So Aarti gets over. I keep the Aarti and I'm walking on a portico from left side to the right side, just behind Swami's chair. I don't know how did I get that courage or what was going in my mind at that time. I just walks behind. The person sitting next to Swami did stop me. He puts his hand and I show I want to go on the right side. And somehow he didn't say anything and he just removed. He said, go. So I crosses Swami from the back. I go and I sit on that next to the pillar. And the moment I sat there, I could see the faces of those who were responsible for me doing the Aarti. I could clearly sense what is going on in their mind, but I'll leave it. Swami will take care of it. So the Aarti gets over. Swami turns left to go back. And the moment he turns left, I'm just sitting next to it. So he looks at me. I gets up. I give the letter which I had. And then I asked Swami, which subject to take? It was, I think so, the birthday time. It was 24th of November. 24th November 2010. And Swami was very tired, obviously, because of all the birthday program. And he comes close to me and said, Tata. Now, I had no idea what it was. So I again got up and said, Swami, which subject to take? He says, Tata. I was confused what to do. So I remember that most of the time what happens, Swami will speak in some language which we don't know. So I thought, let me tell Swami that I don't know Telugu. Please speak in Hindi. So I got up and said, Swami, Telugu nahi aata. Then he speaks very clearly, kaun sa bhasha aata? I said, Swami, Hindi. Okay, chala. Then I'm looking at Swami, he's not speaking anything. Then again I get someone, Swami, which subject to take? He again says, Tata. I was damn confused. I was like, no, I can't leave this chance. So I thought, let me do lip reading. So I gets up again. I said, Swami, which subject? Then I moves back and I try to look at Swami's face and I read his lips and he says physics. And I was praying inside, I should not get bioscience because I have no interest in bio. I could never acquire a good even grades in that. So I just don't want bioscience. You tell me anything, maths or physics. So he says physics. So I said, okay. So I also tried to confirm it again. Said, Swami, physics? He said, yes, physics. I said, okay. I sat down and Swami started moving. I realized I have not taken Pad Namaskar. And the moment I sat down and he moved, he looks at me. I gets up again. I said, Swami, Pad Namaskar. He asked to stop the chair. I take the Pad Namaskar. He blesses me and he goes back to his house. And darshan gets over. I walked down from portico. Now, because we had such a long discussion with Swami, everybody forgot that I had moved from left corner to right corner without permission. So all the teachers and all the in charges who were staring at me before, now they're curious to know what has Swami spoken to you. So one of the teachers comes to me and said, Osho, what did you speak to Swami for so long? Because they all tried to communicate to Swami when the last darshan. No? So when everybody is going back to Brindavan after this darshan, So all the teachers, they try to speak to Swami and communicate, Swami, we are going back. And Swami actually didn't speak to them much at that point. He said, he just nodded his head and moved on. I said, Swami didn't speak to anyone on the portico that day. What did he speak to you? It's almost 5 or 10 minutes I was there speaking to Swami. And I'm like, sir, he spoke only Tata, Tata. I have no idea what he spoke. And they're like, no, he must have said something. They were speaking for such a long time. I said, yes, we were speaking for such a long time. I was just trying to find out what that Tata, Tata means. I could not get the answer. And he was, for all the questions I was asking, he was saying Tata, Tata, Tata. And that's how Swami actually saved me with communicating with me for 10 minutes, that people forgot that we are supposed to scold him for crossing that sites. And I go back and everybody is having the same question. What did Swami tell? Swami told Tata. For what he said, what he meant, I'm still not aware of it. It's almost like my aim of life to find out what that Tata, Tata means. I even tried to apply in all the Tata institutes. I've not got into it. So what that Tata was, I'm not very sure. But that was, I think so, yeah, that was the second last interaction I had with Swami physically. And then it so happens that in 2011, it was the annual sports meet. And I was one of the person who leads the marching squad. And Swami calls some of the captains to Bhajan Hall. It was mid of the practice, somewhere around 11 o'clock. Darshan got over and we get a message in stadium that Swami has called all the captains. So from the Brindavan side, they asked all the squad leaders who are there, please go to wear your jackets, wear your coats and go to Bhajan Hall. So we ran from there within 5 minutes, change the clothes. We are sitting in the Bhajan Hall. Swami comes and to each and every one of us, Swami asks, who are you? And then you have to tell what exactly we are doing in the annual sports meet. And Swami comes to me, asks, who are you? I said, Swami, squad leader. And he said, okay. Then he goes to next. And like that was the last interaction, physical interaction I had with Swami. And then Swami goes on, he goes away the whole round. He bless all of us and he goes back. And then we go back to practice and things get over. 2011, we all know the worst part we had of our life. And I joined my postgraduate in 2011, then double postgraduate, I did MTech. And 2015, I passed out. 2017, I got married. And in 2017, we come to know that my wife was sitting just behind me in the ladies' side. So that was the first instance where Swami actually brought both of us together. And obviously the marriage is a different story altogether, where he, not being physically present, but still did all the job of getting both of us together and planning all the things. So with this, that was my last interaction with Swami in 2011. I'd like to conclude here. Thank you all of you for listening to me. Thank you, Swami, for giving this opportunity to speak about your experiences and also giving all these experiences as well. Being a part of his umbrella for such a long time, he has done a lot of things. And even till today, I still remember, I don't ask for many things, but still he does all the things which I need. It just happens. So thank you, Swami, and thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.